What am I expecting out of Strasburg in 2014? Not so much a Cy Young award, but I say he's going to have an all-star year. And that's what most of the nation falls back on. Next poll's up. Dwight Howard will be honored with a video tribute as part of the Magic's 25th anniversary season following tonight's Rocket Magic game. How will the fans react? Well, he wanted out of Orlando from the get-go because he wanted to play in a bigger market. Goes to LA, stinks to join up there, goes to Houston, finds success. I think it's going to be mostly boos because of the fact that when he was in Orlando, didn't really adhere himself much to the city. Most of the nation says mix of cheers and boos, but the second leading option was mostly boos. I don't think it's going to be that supportive of him when he goes down there. More boos than anything. Which team will win Saturday's game at Duke? North Carolina or Duke? Duke's at home. They'll pull it out. I know North Carolina, it's a rivalry game, but I think Duke wants payback for losing to North Carolina earlier in the year. The NFL has designated Jimmy Graham as a tight end for the purposes of the franchise tag value. How should he be paid? Position you'd say tight end, because he is a tight end, but you think about how many times he lined up in the slot or on the edge as a receiver this year, which was like 65-70% of the time. I think that would merit his pay as a wide receiver. But the point is that eventually another tight end who's not going to get franchised is going to complain about it, and then they'd have to review the case, and then they'd say, oh, you got to pay him as a tight end. You know what? Just pay him as a tight end. He deserves a big contract, like $10-11 million a year, but still, he should have to pay him as a tight end. And it's pretty close. It's only 6% difference, but most of the nation agrees he should be paid as a tight end. Should DeMarcus Ware take a pay cut to help the Cowboys with the salary cap? Yes, he should, because he's had a great career for the Cowboys. He's probably the greatest pass rusher the team has or will ever see, because he was so good as a defensive end in a 4-3, and he was really good as a linebacker in a 3-4. The Dallas Cowboys need him to take a pay cut, and I think he will eventually take one. Most of the nation says he should. 61% says yes, 39% says no. Will the USA get out of their group in the World Cup? I think they will. The Bills will not play a regular season game in Toronto. What do you make of the Bills playing games in Toronto? Canada gave us hockey. They're not going to want football. I don't think it's that great of an idea. Again, most of the nation agrees on that it's a bad idea. I really do think that it should be something that, it's not saying we should keep it to America, but then again, how's the fanfare in England with the London games? It's not that impressive. They haven't caught on. I mean, whenever we had the game between the Niners and the Cardinals in 2005 in Mexico, they didn't catch on. Foreign games have not historically gotten that much publicity. Will Devon Best ever play in the NFL again? He's an average receiver, legal issues. No one's going to take him. Most of the nation agrees. Clayton Kershaw won the Cy Young Award last year. Which of these players has the best chance of winning it in 2014? Wainwright, Strasburg, Kershaw, Hernandez, and Corbin. Kershaw got the big money contract. He's set. Depends on his motivation, whether he wants to continue to be a great pitcher. I think he's going to want to do that. I think Strasburg's going to have a great year, and I think Wainwright will as well. But I'm going to go with Kershaw because he's won it last year, and I think he's going to do it again. Obviously, the only state that disagrees with that is Missouri, because they say that Adam Wainwright's going to. But the nation, all the other 49 states, agree that Kershaw will win the Cy Young next year. Which facial hairstyle do I prefer? Beard, mustache, or clean shaven? I'm a guy, so I'm not really going to say what I look for in another guy because I'm not gay, but me personally, what I like to have on my face, I'd rather just have my beard. I only like my mustache, and clean shaven kind of gets old, so I'll just stick with having my beard. Mustache got 9% of the votes. It was 48% beard, 43% clean shaven. I prefer to have my beard because it's just cool. I like having a little bit of color and a little bit of dent, a little bit of scruff. I think it looks kind of cool. Would you kiss an alligator on a dare? Would you kiss an alligator on a dare? Yes, but only if its jaws are shut. I'm not taking 2 tons of pressure right on my noggin. I'm surprised most of the nation didn't say no. I mean, more nations said yes, but only if its jaws were shut than no, because I guess this country's. That's what I love about this country. Hold on a sec. More of the nation would rather kiss a gator with the jaws shut than would not kiss it at all. I'm with those people. And finally, what type of college football team will Clemson be in 2014? They lose Sammy Watkins and they lose Taj Boyd at the NFL draft. Those are 2 big losses because those pretty much were your 2 best players the last 2-3 years. I mean, Watkins, beast receiver, Taj Boyd, one of the better quarterbacks in collegiate ranks, broke through the can't win the big game kind of, belief about him when he beat, when they won that bowl game against Ohio State, but I think they'll be an average team. I don't think they'll be a great team, but I don't think they're going to struggle. I'd say maybe 9-10 wins. That would probably put them as about a top 20 program. So I'm thinking top 20, and that's where most of the nation is at that. One kind of note I'd like to make on the side real quick before I continue, do another show, because I'll be scripting one up soon for my next segment, but I would like to say my further comments on the NHL trade deadline is I'm really pissed the Pens didn't do anything. We could have had Ryan Kessler. We got that one forward named Lee, whatever his name is, from what was it, Edmonton? I can't even remember. If anything, I think the Penguins should have tried to at least increase some depth. Maybe another 4 on top of that or a defenseman. Because, you got Vokoun coming back, but how long is it going to be until he's up to speed? And Fleury's been having to handle everything all season long. The Pens are in a rough spot right now. They really are. Because you've got so many injuries. Letang's got his heart injury. Paul Martin's out with his hand injury. This team's crippled. Let's put it this way. If this team holds on to the number 1 spot in the Stanley Cup play, in the Eastern Conference playoffs, if it holds on to the number 1 spot by year's end, I think that would be somewhat of a miracle. All things considered, I don't really think that's in the fold. I think that the Bruins are going to end up taking that. I think the Pens will win the Metro Division, but I think in the Atlantic, I think the Bruins are going to take the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. It's going to be tough because the Penguins have no depth. The Bruins have a great defense and plenty of depth. So unless some guys come off the injured list, it's going to be really, really tough for the Penguins to make any headway.